was a young boy, I was really fascinated with songwriting, and music was just a really big part of my life. And so I would go to church and I would listen to music, and I was always fascinated with an older lady who played the organ, and I was amazed by the way she'd move her feet. And we had another guy who led the singing, and he was like this mythical person to me because he was this older guy who had lived his entire life with a birthmark that covered his entire face. What I came to realize as time went on is I'd see all these different people in the church who were serving, and it wasn't their job. There's something really special about that over the years has sort of been lost, because it isn't until the past, probably 20 or 30 years that we've started to turn church maybe into a little bit more of a production at times. And so I think it can sort of create this mindset that I'm meant to, that there's some sort of performance element to the church and to the way that someone might serve. Because the prospect of a stage was, there was an opportunity there as a young kid, we started doing a worship team, and I thought, man, this is awesome. This is my opportunity to sort of be the the center of attention, maybe. And I could probably make it sound like better than what it actually was, but that's really what it was. Deep down in my heart, I think there was this battle and desire to want to be something that I wasn't meant to be. And that was, I wasn't meant to be the spectacle or the focus of what we were doing. And so I think the first aspect of it all to me would be to focus on the gifting and the opportunity to serve the church that God is inviting you to lead. I'd say the second thing is understanding that what you're doing is you're singing sermons. And so as you are leading people in these songs, to understand that there's incredible importance. People will go home and they'll sing these songs throughout their week. And the third thing I think would just be to not see the church as an opportunity to bring together just the people that are like you and think like you and want the same thing as you. I think the beauty of the church is that you have multiple generations oftentimes meeting. You have people that have so many different stylistic preferences. You have people that will love your music, and you have people that will not like it as much. The way that you create issues is by not hearing, one, those people out, but two, by just trying to forge ahead and just say, well, that's their way of thinking, that's old way, this is the new way, they need to get on board, or, come up with some excuse, right? I just think there's a real beauty to having like hymns, but also writing new songs and playing new songs and finding a way to bring all that together, because the whole purpose of a Sunday gathering is to remind people of the communion that we have with Jesus, and the communion that we have because of the communion that we have personally with Jesus, that same communion we have with one another. We're meant to be ministers of reconciliation, not condemnation, not creating separation. And so I think bringing people together, and music does that. I've seen that in our band. We've played with so many different denominations, and I think, man, it's so interesting, because if we were talking about some of these things, they might say, oh, I don't know if I agree with that. But because it's delivered in a song, and there's friendship and there's a relationship, we actually get to have meaningful conversation and move forward and find way more things that we have in common than that we're different in.